It was another hectic day at St. Mary's Hospital, where doctors, nurses, and support staff were hustling through their shifts. The atmosphere was charged with urgency as patients came and went, and the staff did their best to provide care amid the chaos. Little did they know that today would be different, a day that would bring unexpected joy and gratitude to their relentless routine. In the midst of the busy shift change, where nurses handed over their patient logs and doctors reviewed charts, an unexpected visitor arrived. Barron Trump, with a cart full of elegantly wrapped thank you gifts, walked into the hospital lobby. Dressed in casual but neat attire, he looked like any other visitor, but the cart filled with gifts quickly caught the attention of everyone around. The staff, weary from their long hours, exchanged puzzled glances. Whispers spread like wildfire as people speculated about the purpose of Barron's visit. Was it a special delivery for a patient? A charitable event? Curiosity mingled with exhaustion as the hospital staff tried to make sense of the unexpected arrival. Without wasting any time, Barron approached the nearest nurse, a woman named Sarah, who had just finished a grueling 12-hour shift. Her eyes widened in surprise as he handed her a beautifully wrapped gift box. "This is for you," Barron said with a warm smile. "Just a small token of appreciation for all the hard work you do." Sarah blinked, momentarily stunned. She had heard of Barron Trump, but never in her wildest dreams did she expect to receive a personal thank you from him. "Thank you," she managed to say, her voice tinged with emotion. "But why?" Barron's smile broadened. "I wanted to express my gratitude to the incredible healthcare workers who tirelessly care for others, especially during these challenging times. Your dedication and compassion do not go unnoticed." As Barron continued handing out gifts, the staff's initial shock gave way to a sense of warmth and appreciation. The busy hospital, usually filled with the sounds of beeping monitors and hurried footsteps, now buzzed with murmurs of gratitude and surprise. Each gift, a heartfelt thank you, seemed to lighten the burdens they carried. Word of Barron's visit spread quickly, and soon more staff members gathered to see what was happening. Doctors, nurses, technicians, and support staff all found themselves recipients of the unexpected gifts. The atmosphere in the hospital began to shift, the tension of the day giving way to smiles and even a few tears. In that moment, the hospital no longer felt like a place of relentless demands and exhaustion. It was transformed into a space of kindness and appreciation, a reminder that their hard work and sacrifices were valued. And for Barron, it was the beginning of a memorable and heartwarming encounter that would touch the lives of everyone in the hospital that day. St. Mary's Hospital had long been a pillar of the community, providing care and support to countless patients over the years. However, the recent challenges had taken a toll on both the hospital and its dedicated staff. The COVID-19 pandemic had stretched their resources thin, pushing the doctors, nurses, and support staff to their limits. The hospital's hallways were often filled with patients in need of urgent care, and the staff worked tirelessly to meet their needs. Many of them had been working extended hours, sacrificing their own well-being to ensure that their patients received the best possible care. The emotional and physical toll was immense, but their dedication never wavered. Sarah, the nurse who had received the first gift from Barron, was a prime example of this unwavering commitment. She had been at St. Mary's for over a decade, and her compassion and skill had earned her the respect of her colleagues and patients alike. But the recent months had been particularly challenging for her. The constant influx of patients, the long hours, and the emotional strain of seeing so many suffer had left her feeling drained. Dr. Patel, one of the hospital's senior doctors, had also been feeling the pressure. He had devoted his life to medicine, driven by a deep desire to help others. But the weight of the pandemic had been heavy, and the relentless pace had begun to take its toll. He often found himself staying late into the night, catching only brief moments of rest before starting another long day. The support staff, too, played a crucial role in keeping the hospital running smoothly. Janitors, receptionists, and technicians worked behind the scenes, ensuring that everything functioned seamlessly. Their efforts were often overlooked, but without them, the hospital would grind to a halt. Despite the exhaustion and stress, there was a sense of camaraderie among the staff. They leaned on each other for support, sharing moments of laughter and encouragement to keep their spirits up. They knew that their work was vital, and that knowledge gave them the strength to carry on, even on the toughest days. When Barron Trump arrived with his card of thank you gifts, the hospital staff were in the midst of another grueling day. The unexpected gesture brought a glimmer of hope and appreciation to their weary hearts. For many of them, it was the first time in a long while that they felt truly seen and valued. As Barron handed out the gifts, the staff's initial shock turned into gratitude. The simple act of recognition reminded them that their efforts were not in vain and that they were making a difference. It was a powerful reminder that even in the face of immense challenges, kindness and appreciation could provide the strength to keep going. The gifts themselves were thoughtfully chosen, each one accompanied by a heartfelt note of thanks. It was clear that Barron had put considerable effort into showing his appreciation, and that gesture resonated deeply with the staff. The hospital, once filled with the weight of endless demands, now felt a little lighter, buoyed by the unexpected wave of gratitude and support. A few weeks before his unexpected visit to St. Mary's Hospital, Barron Trump had been moved by a profound sense of gratitude for the healthcare workers who had been on the front lines during the pandemic. Watching news reports and hearing personal stories of doctors, nurses, and support staff working tirelessly day and night had touched his heart. He knew he wanted to do something meaningful to show his appreciation. One evening, while sitting at home, Barron came across an article about St. Mary's Hospital and the incredible efforts of its staff. The article detailed the long hours, the emotional toll, and the unwavering commitment of the healthcare workers. Barron felt a deep sense of admiration and respect for their dedication, and he decided that he wanted to find a way to thank them personally. With this idea in mind, Barron began planning. He wanted his gesture to be heartfelt and meaningful, something that would truly brighten the staff's day and show them how much their hard work was appreciated. He thought about what would bring joy and decided that thank you gifts, thoughtfully chosen and beautifully wrapped, would be the perfect way to express his gratitude. Barron reached out to a friend who worked in event planning for advice on how to organize the surprise. Together, they brainstormed ideas and made a list of items that would be both practical and uplifting for the hospital staff. They settled on a combination of luxurious bath products, gourmet treats, personalized thank you notes, and gift cards for a relaxing day out. Next, Barron contacted local businesses to source the gifts. He wanted to support small businesses, knowing that they too had faced challenges during the pandemic. His commitment to making a positive impact extended beyond the hospital, and he felt good about contributing to the community in this way. As the gifts began to arrive, Barron and his friends spent hours carefully wrapping each one, adding personal touches to make them extra special. The personalized thank you notes were particularly important to Barron. He wanted each staff member to know that their hard work and dedication had not gone unnoticed. On the day of the surprise, Barron felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. He hoped that his gesture would be well received and that it would bring a moment of joy to the hospital staff who had given so much of themselves. As he loaded the cart with the gifts and headed to St. Mary's, he felt a sense of purpose and anticipation. The scene at the hospital lobby, where he began handing out the gifts, was even more heartwarming than he had imagined. The initial shock on the staff's faces quickly turned into smiles and tears of gratitude. Barron's motivation to show appreciation and kindness was met with overwhelming positivity, and he knew that every moment of planning had been worth it. As the surprise unfolded, Barron felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The hospital staff's reactions were a testament to the power of kindness and the impact that even a small gesture of gratitude could have. It was a day that would stay with him for a long time, inspiring him to continue finding ways to support and uplift those who dedicated their lives to helping others. Back at St. Mary's Hospital, the atmosphere had begun to shift from exhaustion to a mix of excitement and curiosity. Barron Trump, with his cart full of thank you gifts, continued to make his way through the hospital, stopping to personally hand each staff member a beautifully wrapped present. The impact of his gesture was immediate and profound. Nurse Sarah, still clutching her gift box, watched as Barron approached more of her colleagues. She saw the same expressions of surprise and gratitude mirrored on their faces. For months, they had been trudging through their shifts, often feeling unappreciated and unnoticed. But today was different. Today, someone had taken the time to acknowledge their efforts in a meaningful way. Barron moved through the various departments, ensuring that no one was left out. In the emergency room, where the intensity of the day's cases had kept the staff on their toes, the surprise was particularly impactful. Dr. Patel, who had been treating a critical patient, was caught off guard when Barron handed him a gift. "What's this?" Dr. Patel asked, wiping the sweat from his brow. "A small token of appreciation for your hard work and dedication," Barron replied with a sincere smile. "Thank you for everything you do." Dr. Patel's eyes softened as he accepted the gift. It had been a long time since someone had expressed such heartfelt gratitude. "Thank you," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "This means more than you know." As Barron continued his rounds, he was met with a chorus of thank yous and tearful smiles. The hospital staff, from the nurses and doctors to the janitors and receptionists, were all deeply moved by the gesture. The once sterile hallways now echoed with murmurs of appreciation and the occasional sound of joyous laughter. In the pediatric ward, Barron's visit brought a special kind of magic. The nurses, who had been comforting anxious parents and playful children, were delighted by the unexpected gifts. One nurse, holding a tiny patient in her arms, looked up at Barron with tears of gratitude. "This is so kind of you," she said softly. "Thank you for making our day a little brighter." Barron's heart swelled with joy as he witnessed the impact of his gesture. He had hoped to bring a moment of happiness to the hospital staff, but the response had exceeded his expectations. The simple act of saying thank you had created a ripple effect, spreading warmth and positivity throughout the hospital. As the day went on, the hospital staff began to share their gifts with one another, showing off the thoughtful items and reading the personalized notes aloud. The atmosphere, once heavy with the weight of endless demands, now felt light and buoyant. The staff's renewed energy and spirits were a testament to the power of kindness and appreciation. Barron knew that this was just the beginning. The surprise had not only lifted the morale of the hospital staff, but had also strengthened his resolve to continue finding ways to support and uplift those who dedicated their lives to helping others. The joy and gratitude he had witnessed would stay with him, inspiring him to keep spreading kindness wherever he went. As Barron continued his rounds, handing out gifts and spreading joy, he couldn't help but notice the individual stories and experiences of the hospital staff. Each interaction was a window into the lives of these dedicated healthcare workers, and their reactions to the unexpected gesture were both heartwarming and deeply moving. One of the first people Barron encountered was Nurse Jenny, a young mother who had been working double shifts to provide for her family. When Barron handed her the gift, she looked at him with tired eyes that quickly filled with tears. "You have no idea how much this means to me," she said, her voice breaking. "Thank you for reminding us that we are appreciated." Dr. Thompson, a seasoned physician with decades of experience, was next to receive a gift. He had seen countless patients and had faced the challenges of the pandemic head-on. As he unwrapped the present, he smiled warmly at Barron. "In all my years of practice, I've never experienced anything like this," he said. "Your kindness gives us the strength to keep going." Barron then met Maria, a janitor who had been working tirelessly to keep the hospital clean and safe. Her job was often thankless, and she was used to going unnoticed. When Barron handed her the gift, she was overwhelmed. "I've never received a gift like this before," she whispered, her eyes wide with gratitude. "Thank you for seeing us and appreciating what we do." In the pediatric ward, Barron encountered Nurse Lily, who had a special way with children. She had been comforting a young patient, making him laugh despite his illness. When Barron gave her the gift, she looked at him with a mixture of surprise and joy. "This is incredible," she said, hugging the gift box. "Thank you for bringing light to our day." As Barron made his way through the hospital, he heard stories of resilience, dedication, and compassion. Each staff member had their own unique experiences and challenges, but they all shared a common thread, a deep commitment to caring for others. Barron's gesture was not just about the physical gifts, but about recognizing and honoring their unwavering dedication. Nurse Michael, a frontline worker who had been directly involved in treating COVID-19 patients, shared his story with Barron. "There were days when I didn't know if I could keep going," he admitted. "But seeing the smiles on my patients' faces and knowing I was making a difference kept me going. Your kindness today reminds us that we are not alone in this fight." The hospital staff's personal stories deeply touched Barron. He realized that his gesture, while small in the grand scheme of things, had brought a moment of joy and recognition to those who deserved it most. The genuine gratitude and heartfelt reactions he witnessed reinforced his belief in the power of kindness and appreciation. As he continued to distribute the gifts, Barron felt a profound sense of connection with the hospital staff. Their stories of resilience and compassion were a testament to the incredible strength of the human spirit. It was a day that reminded everyone present of the importance of recognizing and supporting those who dedicate their lives to helping others. As the day progressed and Barron continued to hand out gifts, the atmosphere at St. Mary's Hospital underwent a remarkable transformation. The hospital, which had been filled with the usual hum of activity and the weight of the staff's exhaustion, now buzzed with renewed energy and positivity. Barron's unexpected gesture had created a ripple effect, lifting the spirits of everyone present. The gift-giving spree had a profound impact on the morale of the hospital staff. For months, they had been operating under immense pressure, often feeling isolated and unappreciated. Barron's heartfelt thank you gifts served as a powerful reminder that their hard work and dedication were not only noticed, but deeply valued. Nurse Sarah, who had been among the first to receive a gift, felt a renewed sense of purpose as she went about her duties. The thoughtful gesture had filled her with a warmth that radiated outward, influencing her interactions with both colleagues and patients. She noticed that her fellow nurses too seemed to carry themselves with a lighter step and brighter smiles. Dr. Patel, who had been battling fatigue and stress, found himself rejuvenated by the unexpected appreciation. As he made his rounds, he couldn't help but share the story of Barron's visit with his patients, bringing a touch of hope and positivity to their day. The patients, in turn, were heartened by the news, feeling the impact of the kindness that had spread through the hospital. The support staff, who often worked behind the scenes, felt a newfound sense of recognition. Maria, the janitor who had received a gift, was overwhelmed with gratitude. She took pride in her work, knowing that her efforts were appreciated by someone as prominent as Barron Trump. The gesture had given her a sense of validation and pride that she carried with her as she diligently went about her tasks. In the pediatric ward, the nurses and doctors found themselves inspired by the kindness that had permeated the hospital. Nurse Lily, whose natural affinity with children had always been her strength, felt even more motivated to bring joy to her young patients. The children, sensing the positive energy, responded with laughter and smiles, creating an atmosphere of lightheartedness and warmth. The impact of Barron's gesture extended beyond the hospital staff to the patients and their families. The renewed sense of positivity and hopefulness had a ripple effect, creating a more comforting and supportive environment for everyone within the hospital's walls. It was a testament to the power of kindness and the difference that a single act of appreciation could make. As the day drew to a close, the staff gathered in the break room, sharing stories of their interactions with Barron and the joy his gifts had brought. There was a sense of camaraderie and unity that hadn't been felt in a long time. The experience had reminded them of the importance of taking the time to appreciate one another and to find moments of joy, even in the midst of challenging times. Barron's visit had left an indelible mark on St. Mary's Hospital. The simple act of saying thank you had transformed the atmosphere, reigniting the staff's passion for their work and their commitment to caring for others. It was a day that they would remember for a long time, and one that would continue to inspire them in their daily efforts to make a difference. As the day turned into evening, the hospital staff, still buzzing from the unexpected surprise, gathered in the break room for a moment of respite. The air was filled with conversations about Barron Trump's visit and the joy his thank you gifts had brought to each of them. The break room, usually a place of hurried meals and quick exchanges, was now a space of warmth and camaraderie. Dr. Patel, who had been deeply moved by Barron's gesture, stood up and cleared his throat to get everyone's attention. "Can I have a moment, please?" he asked, his voice resonating with gratitude. The room quieted down as the staff turned their attention to him, curious about what he had to say. "I think I speak for all of us when I say that today has been extraordinary," Dr. Patel began, a sincere smile spreading across his face. "Barron's visit and his thoughtful gifts have reminded us of the importance of appreciation and kindness. It's easy to get lost in the challenges and demands of our work, but moments like these remind us of why we do what we do." Nods and murmurs of agreement filled the room as Dr. Patel continued. "I've seen many of you share your stories and the impact this gesture has had on you. It's truly heartwarming to witness the joy and renewed energy it has brought to our hospital. I want to take this opportunity to express our collective gratitude." He turned to Barron, who was standing near the door, a humble smile on his face. "Barron, on behalf of the entire staff at St. Mary's Hospital, thank you, Dr. Patel said, his voice filled with emotion. "Your kindness has touched each of us in ways you may never fully know. You've given us a moment of respite, a reminder that our efforts are valued, and a renewed sense of purpose. We are deeply grateful for your thoughtfulness." The room erupted in applause, the sound echoing with genuine appreciation. Barron, feeling a mix of humility and joy, stepped forward to address the staff. "Thank you, Dr. Patel, and thank you all for the incredible work you do every day," he said, his voice steady and heartfelt. "I'm honored to be here and to have the opportunity to show my appreciation. Your dedication and compassion inspire me, and I hope that this small gesture has brought a bit of happiness to your day." As the applause continued, Barron took a moment to look around the room. The smiles, the tears of joy, and the sense of unity among the staff were all signs of the profound impact his gesture had made. It was a reminder of the power of kindness and the importance of recognizing the efforts of those who often go unnoticed. After the applause died down, the staff began to mingle, sharing stories of their interactions with Barron and the ways in which his visit had uplifted their spirits. The sense of camaraderie and mutual appreciation was palpable, creating an atmosphere of warmth and positivity. Barron spent the next few minutes chatting with the staff, listening to their stories and sharing in their joy. It was a moment of connection and humanity that left a lasting impression on everyone present. As he prepared to leave, the staff gathered once more to bid him farewell, their hearts full of gratitude. The heartfelt thank you from Dr. Patel and the staff's expressions of appreciation were the perfect conclusion to a day filled with kindness and inspiration. It was a reminder that even in the busiest and most challenging of times, a simple act of gratitude could make all the difference. The impact of Barron's visit would be remembered long after he left, inspiring the staff to continue their important work with renewed passion and purpose. As the evening set in, casting a gentle twilight over St. Mary's Hospital, Barron Trump stood at the entrance, reflecting on the events of the day. The heartfelt thank you from Dr. Patel and the genuine expressions of gratitude from the hospital staff had left a profound impact on him. He felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that his gesture had brought a moment of joy and appreciation to those who worked tirelessly to care for others. Barron watched as the hospital staff, now buoyed by a renewed sense of camaraderie and purpose, continued their duties with lighter hearts. The simple act of saying thank you had transformed the atmosphere within the hospital, creating a ripple effect of positivity and inspiration. It was a reminder of the power of kindness and the importance of recognizing and supporting those who dedicate their lives to helping others. As he prepared to leave, Barron thought about the personal stories he had heard from the staff. Each one had touched him deeply, reinforcing his belief in the resilience and strength of the human spirit. The nurses, doctors, and support staff had all faced immense challenges, yet their commitment to their work and their patients never wavered. It was a testament to their incredible dedication and compassion. Barron knew that this experience would stay with him for a long time. It had opened his eyes to the impact that even small gestures of appreciation could have on people's lives. He felt inspired to continue finding ways to support and uplift those who worked on the front lines, whether in healthcare or other essential roles. The drive home was filled with a sense of contentment and purpose. Barron thought about the future and the ways in which he could build on the day's experience. He knew that kindness and empathy were powerful tools for creating positive change, and he was determined to use them to make a difference. As he reached his destination, Barron reflected on the lessons he had learned, the importance of humility, the value of listening, and the impact of showing appreciation were all reinforced by the day's events. He felt a deep sense of gratitude for the opportunity to connect with the hospital staff and to witness the strength of their dedication. Barron walked into his home, his heart full of hope and inspiration. He knew that the journey of spreading kindness and appreciation was just beginning. The visit to St. Mary's Hospital had shown him that even in the face of immense challenges, there was always room for empathy and understanding. It was a lesson he would carry with him, inspiring his future efforts to make a positive impact. The day had been a powerful reminder that humanity's greatest strength lay in its capacity for compassion and connection. As Barron settled in for the night, he felt a renewed sense of purpose and a commitment to continue his journey of spreading kindness and hope. Thank you for joining us on this heartwarming journey. Remember, a simple act of kindness can have a profound impact on someone's life. Let this story inspire you to approach each day with empathy and appreciation. Share your own acts of kindness with us, and together, let's create a ripple effect of positivity and compassion in our communities. Subscribe to our channel for more uplifting stories and be part of the movement to spread kindness and hope. Star.